Now, let's look at an example of an end station where all the lines end. Obviously, you have a chance of making a great hall, and on one side you can have buildings or parks or anything, and you can have tram lines and your local transit station, or you can have it at both sides. Now let's look at a model of a through station. Obviously here you can have buildings on both sides. You can also have your tram lines, but obviously you'll need an over or an underpass. In this case, I made an overpass. One good thing is that you can see the trains going through, which can be quite cool. Also, you can incorporate, the roof of the building so that you'll end up on the roof, for example. Now let's look at an example with 2 lines that stop and 4 lines that go through. And you can have buildings, also buildings around an overpass, and the overpass connects to another building, which is pretty cool. Now this building can be anything really. I chose it to be the center of post because I think that's quite important for my town, but you can have anything. Now, the decorations, obviously, it's pretty cool. You can use chutes as dustbins. They look pretty realistic. And you can have the overpass. And obviously, the thing with the overpass is that you can connect it to the buildings. But obviously, it's not that difficult to access the other platforms because it's not that big of a station yet. Now, you may be wondering, well, what about the indoors? I have so many buildings. What can I do? Well, you can make shops, for example, or sweets shops. You can even incorporate the create mod and create slice and dice. It's pretty cool. You can have a ticket counter and more shops of a different style, different design. Obviously, I'm just giving you ideas. Now, one good thing about this design is that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 buildings, and that gives a nice sense of enclosure, And obviously, if you have an overpass, you can always look at the trains going through, which can be really cool. Now, let's look at an example of an end station. This is very modern, and you can have direct access to the tram lines. On one side, I built a restaurant, and on the other side, I built a hotel in my case. Now, this station is fairly large with 14 lines, I think. And obviously, the good thing with end stations are that it is very, very quick and easy for passengers. Now, you can make a better job of a train than I. But say you're getting off a train, if you want to just go to another platform, it is very easy and quick because everything is at one grade. Now, I did say that this is an end station, but you can have through lines in the underground. And these through lines can go up over the ground after a few hundred blocks. Just make sure that you don't make a liminal space. And obviously, you can have a grand hall and show off your building. This is also a big centerpiece of the town. Now, what can be around it? Lots of greenery, buildings, tram lines, shops in my case. You can have anything as long as that thing doesn't mind a lot of vibrations, because trains are heavy and fast. They can cause some vibrations. Not so much for end stations, but it's still prevalent. So I wouldn't build a library here, for example, but you can put anything.